This story is about a hero. Says nowadays everything seems to be falling apart, even fire. Could you help out with the fire beacon? It's gone out. They can't reach the fire beacon to relight it, but you could. Says their family has handled that for generations. Their mother was on duty, but she hasn't reported back. Says the fire beacon's not too far. Just keep your head up. Sometimes you can still see the smoke coming up from it. And if you see their mother, please send her home. They miss her. Seems choked up to hear that. Says that lying here in the sun isn't a bad way to wait for the end. It's warm. Claims there's a machine out there that can turn sunshine into go juice. If you can find it and fix it up, you can juice your gear all day long. Figures it's not much good in the dark. Says they're not sure where the solar mirror is, but they'd look for it some. Hopes you get that solar mirror soon. Will the dawn never come? Let's see. Hey, there's some scronky metal scrap for you. When a story comes to you, pay attention. Says it's bad enough the world's coming to an end. You still got bullies. There's a creature named Brog giving a friend of theirs trouble. It would be a maze time if you could get Brog to leave them alone. Says Brog just won't let them alone, ever. Says it's hard to miss Brog. Just keep looking. If you can't find Brog, look for their friend, who won't be far. Brog makes a mess of their days. Got to stop it. Thanks you for doing the right thing for the right reason. Found a crossway. Now, which way to go? The Quirk-Quarp outpost. The Netra tribe first beat this into shape. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is. Let's see. Says they've been waiting for you to help them liberate the outpost. Just keep going while you can and don't stop until all outposts are under your control. There is a high boom team ready to help with taking over that outpost, but it seems there are... Seems happy to hear the arc shooter will be dropping high booms down on the outpost quick-like. Get up there and get fixing. Just a few moves left. Make them count. A land as tough as you. Batter 'em down. Get up there and get fixing. Just a few moves left. Make them count. A moon could make this a hunter's night. Good hit. Just a few moves left. Make them count. The arc shooters are already gearing up the high booms. Hope their aimers are fixed too. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Mulai kan 50 plats. Alam bueno.
You did a great job capturing the rivals' third up.
Ganun ang for a mad game.
They all hope you can lead them to peace. Treasure the coming day. The world doesn't have so many anymore. Seems like a peculiar item.
Lemakul. Pigeon.
Figures the only thing you can still count on as the world ends is the night sky twinkles.
Map kulenamu.
Their pal Nova studies them from atop a lookout tower.
Map kulenamu.
Used to watch them with her pops, but he's missing now.
Treketo mau.
Thinks she's atop her tower every night at least.
Ioadrui tulula kucha. Tuledreach mau dreamau.
Says you should look for Nova's tower and chat with her.
Ioadrui tulula kucha.
The tower can be hard to see after dark, but it's worth it.
Pritnamisi unam.
Maybe you can help find her pops.
Tolodraketu.
Knew they could count on you. Says you'd think with the world dying, everyone would stop trying to figure out ways to blow it up. Not so with Boom. He just keeps figuring out new splody things. The noise is awful, but the bust crater says they don't. Says Boom's grandma used to be big into splode. The old lady taught the young Boomer everything she knew. He blasted right past her now, though. Hopes you get Boom to disarm, too. Hunker down or keep marching on.
Eisling, ratna falo putut.
They've been waiting for you, taking control of...
Erim denken al vesse aprewere jonke.
You better be. A tribe's fort is a bigger challenge than an outpost. The plan is to fling you over the wall with a sling lobber. However, he wants you to secure a hard hat first, should anything go wrong.
Tu guy la wute.
It's better you go and find one for yourself. It can't be too much trouble, though. It's one size fits all. Heads up, that's Peak Spot, a great place to watch the world from. Who knows who might be watching you? The sky is as bright as it's going to be. Crit! Some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. Scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Better move it before it gets all wet. Seems the keys need to be in sequence to make... Just a few moves left. Make them count. So, the technology from yesterday's is still here today, even if its message is getting old.
What?
It's time to set the rival tribe free. Inflict as little damage as possible. Convincing the Sifu that peace between your tribes is the only way you'll all survive won't be easy. He doubts the Sifu will give up without a fight. That's a fire starter. Shield your eyes if the daylight hurts you. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. Battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. We all share the same destiny. Destruction or survival. That's bonkers. The Netra tribe values liberty and is striving to protect freedom. They want to continue with each tribe being responsible for their own and believe that uniting the tribes is the only way you can survive. He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He sees strength in you like no one else, but if fight is all you do, he can't stand by you.
Ledit merf siglinav dene.
He recognizes the strength of a good argument and agrees it's for the best. He'll give up the fort to you.
Papa wapala misa.
The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice.
Plat.
He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu.
Papa guaremba.
Thinks it's a good gesture to offer support to others when you can see that they need it.
Buka los ir vuru vusa hat.
And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted.
Buka los sala.
He's gotten news that the other tribes have realized there are no winners in this war. There's no purpose in antagonism.
La panen akin kalman.
All three of them believe your tribe has grown strong enough to unite them.
Tu gai la wood gine afirma gatano shuburo.
It's clear your efforts have been successful. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Jaku deng tu gai la wood gine afirma gatano shuburo.
The tribes are tired of war and will remember the one who brought them peace, whether you decide it'll be now or later. So, do you want to end the war now or continue the crusade?
Prewere yonke. Gelet not.
He agrees. Better save your energy for something meaningful. It's the Netra claw chain. The mountains make for hard climbing. There's so much more below the ground.
Lotolu bai baluotoloa.
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters.
Honto kontoe pon yevun koi.
Has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war.
Kim hobe bekoko hivad muk.
He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war. Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough.
Farfarifto tuka kubu. Befarbihita hontokub kirko.
You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater.
Dolovoya lo yalo batolo.
The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive.
Satuatan papkila.
Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end.
Cantita duela bofo.
Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet.
Satuatan papki. Ebaso do bubu.
He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest.
E bubuko von vunvun.
He's unsure about your intentions, but
Dolomawanya.
he says he'll point you in the right direction. Sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc puff is up.
Ya you mawa. Loma utulu ba yuwo.
Outwitted now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity. Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Understands you have things to do. Good ridey beast, no hurty. Old brick-bracks like that, sometimes still full of good things. You need to show your mount who's boss. That's a good sign. Small's Mart is a favorite thingamajig broker. Let's see. You've discovered Fanaki leaves, the densest jungle in the land. Better get hacking. It's not so dark out anymore. You found the Moly Hole outpost, an old Pichu tribe hole in the wall. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod. Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides.
Para avan tulusin, Uliana.
He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what.
Kalay avontul.
He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action.
That's so bright!
Seriously, you like the shine?
You just don't want anyone to get a good look at you.
Dark is stylish.
Lie to yourself all you like, darling.
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decision? Maybe that's true for you, but he's not so sure about his own fate. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths, but there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-going. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha Fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. Getting that tool will help turn around the situation for sure. It'll definitely help him unshut the hatch. Could this thing steer itself? Old home. Could be something to it. That's the hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside. You found a bric-brac that's not absolutely flat. For a beastie, this mount is so gentle. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. Hurt 'em! Hot metal. If a story is about you, care for it. That's more than stuck. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Oh, that's perfect. Those are the kind of things you need. Go make the most of the... You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a... You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Una rupuccia e macho ignameri articalo alla candia.
He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
En jij vivacineva.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact you're
Potira pandal parat iranta.
always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The merc puff is crunching bark by the minute.
Kan patupatrina chala.
It's big enough to make waves beneath the surface, and that's a challenge in itself. But it also has a hard shell, so you need to target its head. feel the night wrap around you. That's a putty-upper plaza. Some were actually trying to build something before it all started to end. You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo Choo here. Take this seriously, or it'll take you down. Choo Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him. Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on? Likes your sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Chugging toward higher ground again. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is... He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation. Says sometimes life runs off the rails, but it's better when they're good and greased. He's convinced the tracks are like the pulcum, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugger-chugger out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says he knew you would, like he knows the way the rails run. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Just... Don't distract this beastie. It's working. The Wingnut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever. Finders keepers. One at half his health. It's surprisingly bug-free underground. Super effective. Full-on key pulse. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. It's on the cart. He wants to keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Says they used to trade with an outpost in a bunker near the valley, but they've lost contact somehow. Says you should take it easy. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Says you should take it easy. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Says fate is like the rails. They lead in certain ways, and you can only fight that for so long if you want. Choo-Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed. Bets it could fly circles around any chug yard. Makes him dizzy to think about it. The world's on the mend, so no need to leave it. But just think of all the places the Ark could take you. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on